Hey guys, welcome back to today's episode. We're going to go over our trades for today. So honestly, today's not really the best day. I was doing good and same thing, should have walked away. I'm going to show you guys a P&L right now and where I fucked up. I fucked up here. At the end of the day, I was up $90 or $80 and I was like, you know what? I should maybe get out. And I took a silly trade for INDP, but we'll see what we did good first. And I'll kind of explain like my psychology, my thought process on what I was going through. So ZMB comes up on the scanner and it comes up with news. I'm like, okay, this is gonna go. I see that this is a really big gap fill from 530 to 13. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be either a really big move or it's not gonna do much at all. So I'm trading this pretty early. Like I missed this whole move. I'm watching. I got in the beginning. So my first entry was at, see, I got in for 100 shares at price of 205. So I waited for a flush down here. So at 410, I waited for a flush down. I got in, right? I bet another 100 shares after that. So I'm in 200 shares. Then 30 seconds go by and I'm in. I punch an order in for another 200 shares, flushes down. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm looking at level 2. It's going off support on the 20 EMA, so I'm like, okay, if it can hold support on the 20 EMA, I'm going to keep holding. To me, I think this can still be a good sign for a breakout of VWAP. So I'm in 400 shares already. It's breaking VWAP, doesn't break, gets flushed down, and my average is still 205. So I'm like, okay, 195. I mean, I'm still giving myself a little bit of wiggle room just because I'm seeing on level 2 that there is support that's keeping this up. So I'm like, okay, I have conviction. There's news on stock. And then I buy in another 100 shares close to 403, so right around here, basically after it dipped down again. And it starts to die out from volume and then immediately shoots up past VWAP and goes up again. And I sell at 228, so almost at the top of its candle. And I'm in $90. Right there is where I should have left. I'm like, well, what am I doing? I had enough to trade for the day. And I was watching this. I'm like, okay, I want this to break over $3. And I think it can. And it is. I mean, I'm watching this and I don't take a trade. I'm like, okay, I see pull back. I don't take a trade. To me, I'm like, what if? It's that what if that was really getting to me because I was already up on the day. I'm like, I don't want to give this back. And that's when I should have just turned off the computers. And I'm watching this stock. I don't get in there. I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, okay, this might form a head and shoulders pattern based on what this was forming and, whatnot. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll move to something else. I moved to SNGX. SNGX had some news. Honestly, I realized that SNGX, I was like, okay, this is the stock I think that killed me the other day or a couple weeks ago. So I'm like, you know what, let's get out. But I entered pretty early. Honestly, this stock was really, really choppy. This wasn't really going to go anywhere. Did have news, so it's not like I didn't take a position without reason. So I get in at 157, around 431, right down here. It dips down, yep, 157, and then I'm like, wait. This is when I realized this is the stock I lost on. I get out immediately. And I get 3 cents. This is where I fucked up. INDP comes up on the scanner. And I'm like, okay, why is INDP going up? What's the news? Well, it's no news. So I see the low flow and I kind of get excited. I'm like, what's the news? I didn't stick to my rules. I was not disciplined and I got off track. So I buy in at 461 with 100 shares. So pretty much close to the top of this candle. Flushes down. I'm like, okay, it's gonna hold. I buy another 100 shares again and it begins to flush down and I'm out. And it's the best way I can describe this. I made an analogy yesterday where this is deer in the headlights. It's kind of hard to kind of break out of this habit, deer in the headlights habit. But the way I think about it is, you're driving, right? You see that stop sign, not the stop sign. You see the green light, like, oh, I'm gonna make it. You're still somewhat far from the light, but you start punching it. You start driving, start accelerating, start going faster. It turns yellow, and in your mind, you should think that, oh, I think I should slow down. I think it's gonna stop. But the other half of you says, no, 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 no. It's keep going, keep going. You keep going fast and faster. It turns red, way before you are, way before you stop, and you don't stop and you keep going. You pass that red light, and then there's a cop, and then that cop chases you down, and then you get a ticket and you lose money. That's the best way I can think about it. Like after you cross that red light, you're like, what happened? Why did that light just turn red? And that's the best way I can think about it. It's like, whoa, you're trying to process all these things. So it's a technique that's hard to master, I feel. This type of discipline is just getting out immediately. And man, bad hold time. Hold time was less. Hold time was less than 2 minutes. Almost 2 minutes. Should have been way less. Should have been seconds. And honestly, I'm down $70 on the day. It's not horrible, but I gave back what I had won for today, and it didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. So I was like, And of course, by that time, ZNB is already up, pushing $5, $6, and I'm like, wow, I should have just kept watching the stock. I should have just, coulda, woulda, should have. The stock was hitting the levels I was anticipating it would go at because of that gap, but I didn't know when. I should have kept watching it, or could have just turned off everything. The next thing I need to do for my trading, so things are kind of picking up. My daily goal is $85. I can make that because my statistics have proven I can make that. In a cold market, $60 is what I'll take. I'm not gonna do anything more. And share that in the comments. What are some of the discipline techniques that you guys have tried to implement in your trading? I feel that it's not easy. Some people have the discipline more than others, and I know I have the discipline, but it's this pressure, I need to make back what I lost, and I can't think like that. And yes, I am under some sort of financial pressure, outside of trading, and I feel like that's kind of interfered with my trading within the last couple of weeks. So that needs to break apart. I need to focus on the trade and not the money aspect, because the money is always going to be the byproduct. And yeah, so back to ZNB. I'm watching this go up. I'm like, wow, I just missed this whole move, and it just like that. My emotions got to me. I turned off everything. I was pretty pissed, but hey, it's just another day. And I thought, okay, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna not reset my account, but I'm gonna put my account to like a base balance. So I was at 3,000, and I'm sending it back to 2,000. I need a fresh start. I feel like I just need to start fresh. I likely should have done that in October. And yeah, honestly, it's okay. I would rather just start a little kind of fresh and maintain the consistency. I need to find a way to make my discipline better. Once I get that daily goal, it's good. I sort of did the math. It was on my calculator on my phone. If I'm hitting $90 every single day, which is what I hit today on the first time, and I could have just walked away, $90 for the rest of October, that would have yielded me $1,600. So that's all I have to do. Is just hit $90, $85. $85. If I hit more, that's great. But just like that, every single day. I can't focus. What I was chasing the dollar move. I was like, this is gonna move a whole dollar up, and it really did. In this move from here, from 331, all the way up to 431, it in like a couple seconds, a minute, and I'm chasing these moves, and I can't be chasing these moves. I have to chase the 20 cents. That's the minimum, because that's what's gonna set me apart from being a winner versus being a loser. And yeah, that pressure can get to you, and it's something I need to separate while I'm trading. It's hard, because at the end of the day, we're all trading because we want to live a better life. We're trading because we like it, but because we want to live a better life. So there is some financial pressure. There always will be, but I have to get that out of my head completely. When I'm trading, it needs to just be, what trade is good, not I need to make money today. What trade is good? I need to look for the trade. Sticking to the 5 pillars of stock selection, like Ross always says. And, it always has to be equality. ZNB is not equality. No news. There was another stock. I forgot which one. It popped up earlier. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. Actually, somewhat better. I don't remember. There was a stock earlier. I waited. I was being patient, and it flushed. And I didn't do that with ZNB, so... Anyways, Ross pointed out, okay, if you're cumulative, your equity curve is looking like this, you should have more confidence in recovering, because my equity curve right now is showing that, hey, I know what I'm doing, but it's the discipline that I'm lacking. It's the discipline. You could tell where my discipline went off the table right here and here, here, now here. But we picked ourselves back up every single time, and we picked ourselves up back here as well. So, I have every reason to be confident with my trading ability. It's merely discipline. And, it's only one day. Ross took a huge loss today. But he's looking at it from a really good perspective, and I need to follow that perspective. That this is just one day. My equity curve. I have data to back up that, hey, you can do this. You can make this work, and I know I can make it work. So even though today was not the best trade day, I need to go in tomorrow really disciplined. If I get that one trade, it gets me $85, 90. 85 is a daily goal that I want to target, because market is picking up. There is momentum. If it's not hot, $60. That's okay. $60, $85. 60 when it's cold, $85 when it's warm. But that's my P&L for today. That is what happened. Things happen. And please let me know in the comments what you guys recommend. What strengthens your discipline. I want to just be able to just slam the computer, but I don't want to break my computer. It has to be instinctive. Like the moment I made my profit target, I have to turn it off. I will get to a point where I'm able to take more trades per day with more consistency, but right now I need to rebuild. I have to rebuild. When I get to that point again where I'm like, okay, I can take more trades, then slowly, one by one, maybe a secondary trade, and that's it. I also have another rule now. So I think I said three strikes, I'm out. I'm making this 2 strikes. 2 strikes, I'm out, because I'm noticing on the third, that's when things get really bad. But anyways, hopefully you guys found this insightful, and we're gonna come back tomorrow. Just gonna get back up. I'm gonna look back at this in 10 years, and it's gonna be nothing. So it's gonna be a little trip versus what I want to accomplish, which I will accomplish, and that's gonna be a really good day trader. All right, you guys take care. Thank you for watching, and peace. Sleep well.